Welcome back to another episode of my show. I am your host, The Blind Beard. Another new location for you here. So sorry about not putting up an episode this past Thursday. This past Thursday, I actually had the pleasure of meeting the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. It was awesome. I met him. If all of you guys don't know him, he's the Mouth of the South. He was very big like 20 years ago, I guess you would say. I don't really remember him as much, but he is Hulk Hogan's manager. Hulk Hogan and him are still pretty good friends. He's like, he's an older guy, I guess you would say, but he's still like running around like crazy all the time, it seems like. I met him down at Hogan's Beach, which is Hulk Hogan's restaurant, and like beach area in Tampa Bay, Florida. It is awesome. I went down there for spring training to see the Mets and the Yankees. I am a Mets fan, but I was in Tampa for the Yankees for my little brother, which was pretty awesome. We had a great time. We also had the pleasure of seeing a lot of great what do they call, titles and other autographed things that were in cases that are Hulk Hogan's. That was pretty cool. So let's get into today's Raw. Today's Raw was okay. So I had a lot of problems. The tag team matches were not so great today. There was a lot of tricks and stuff, so I really didn't pay attention to them. I kind of just forgot about them, so I'm not really going to talk about them much, except to say that I'm not a big fan of many of the tag team matches, so a lot of times you might not see me talking about them as much. But let's get into the Divas match of the night, which was pretty cool. We had AJ Lee in one of her first matches of her return, which is probably like her second, I think. She was versing Summer Rae, which was okay. But, Paige won with the Black Widow. I think that's her move. It was kind of cool, like, to see her locking that in again. It's good to see her back in the WWE because, all you guys know out there that I love AJ and Paige, so they're my girls, I'm not really a big fan of the Bella twins as much anymore. I used to be for some reason. That's probably because they're so beautiful. So let's get into the next cool thing. We had Brock Lesnar, as Paul Heyman would say, out there, which was kind of cool to see him out there. I kind of thought, I was kind of hoping, I was like, darn, I wish this was last Monday and I was at Raw with when Brock Lesnar was there. I know one of my new friends who I met at Raw last week may probably be wishing the same thing, just like we were both wishing that Undertaker would be coming in. Fortunately, tonight we got to hear the Undertaker's music with Bray Wyatt cutting a great promo on Undertaker, and Undertaker's music comes in, which is basically symbolizing that he is accepting the match at WrestleMania, even though he didn't actually have to come out to do it. We all know Paul Heyman's speeches are great, so that we really didn't have to say before. So yeah, we also had Rusev versus Curtis Axel, which that match was set up last week. Earlier in the night, John Cena made a promise to Rusev that if he says anything bad about America anymore, he's going to get a beat down in the ring, or even out of the ring. So after Curtis Axel's match, where Rusev destroys Curtis Axel, as predictable as we all known that was going to be, John Cena comes out, beats Rusev up as usual. I mean, not as usual, but puts him in the STF and really knocks Rusev out. So we kind of can see that John Cena's like working on it. Urgh, I'm gonna be tough now. I'm gonna go beat up Rusev. I'm gonna get him down. in at WrestleMania. So yeah, Lana accepted the match on behalf of Rusev. So now it's going to be John Cena versus Rusev at WrestleMania. We already know that. We kind of already knew that was going to be a matchup. Let's get into talking about the Intercontinental Championship now. We had bad news, Barrett. I'm afraid I have some bad news. He had to lose tonight to Daniel Bryan, which was cool for me because I really don't care about Bad News Barrett. I think he is awesome, but it is super awesome when he puts people over, especially Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is super awesome, and the crowd loves him. Even when I was down in Port St. Lucie and Tampa this past week, we got to see many yes chants going on during the games, which, you know, is WWE thing. When I was at my school's basketball games, we got to see that going on. The wrestling event last time, you know, I think that's just a worldwide thing now. It's just starting to seem like it's so awesome. Yes movement. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm done with that. So after that match, we got to see Dean Ambrose taking on who was he taking? Stardust. It was kind of predictable, as usual. Dean won. After that, I mean, Barrett was attacking, you know, Daniel Bryan. Dean comes out, attacks the other guy. Luke Harper comes out. Dolph Ziggler comes out. Stardust is in there. So it was all six of those guys kind of fighting. It seems like it's a big preview to, it's like just like a preview to what's going to happen at WrestleMania with that six-man tag team match. I mean, no, six-man ladder match, which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm you know, I'm hoping Daniel Bryan wins it instead of Dean, because then there's going to be another little feud between them two. That might start. Which who's gonna be the face and who's gonna be the heel in any of these terms? Because then you could have Luke Harper challenging Daniel Bryan, your former member of my family, the Wyatt family, which is kind of interesting, I guess, because Daniel Bryan was taken over by the Wyatts, just kidnapped by them a long time ago. If any of you guys remember that, yeah, R-Truth actually stole the Intercontinental Championship back, which was hilarious. We got to see the final match, which was prefaced by what happened at the beginning of Monday Night Raw, where the Authority was out there talking about their frustrations and about like Randy Orton kind of joining them and not seeming like he's really a part of them. Yeah, we got to see that Randy Orton kind of said that he was going to be with them, and yeah, Randy Orton said he's going to be with them, and if he's going to take his moment to avenge himself when Seth Rollins least expects it. So he's going to give Seth Rollins a crazy beatdown, and when he least expected. So we're gonna have to wait for that attack. So getting into the next thing, before I tell you exactly what happened in the main event tonight, we got to see Big Show and Kane versus Eric Rowan and Ryback. That was seemed like it was going to be a great match, but we got, I mean, you know, Big Show and Kane lost, which is exciting as usual. So, yes, yes, yes. There's more bickering in that little group right there. They got thrown out for the night by Stephanie McMahon. You know, that probably just means to the back into the little area where they can get a drink for themselves and just chill for the rest of the night. But yeah, so they got thrown out for the rest of the night. It's definitely said until they can figure out their differences, I guess. Now to the main event. It was good. It was a good main event. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Randy Orton handicap match. J&J Security was out there. They did nothing this time, as that was surprising. We saw Roman Reigns kick some mighty butt. Seth Rollins could have was going to tag out, but Randy Orton put his hands up and try to not accept a tag, and once Seth Rollins turned around, Roman Reigns hit him with a spear, and that was great. But what came right after that was even better. We had got to see Randy Orton take his revenge on Seth Rollins. It was a brawl out there. Hitting him with chairs, hitting him with a DDT, hitting him with an RKO at the end on the table. Broke the table of smithereens. Once Randy Orton's music hit, that crowd had popped so much. And I was like, yeah, that was awesome. And I know you guys will probably want to hear woohoo out of me, right? Woohoo! Yeah! That was awesome. So that's probably one of the only great. I mean, that's probably one of the great things of the night. We all kind of know that. So hit me up in the comments. Subscribe to my channel. You guys know what to do. Love my videos. I know you guys are loving them out there. We all are loving these videos. So hit me up soon. Subscribe, like, view, tell your friends, tell any WWE fans you know. So, hell yeah. Peace, love, and hugs. I don't know who says that actually. But all I have to say is, like, peace out. We had a great time. Wiz Khalifa was there tonight, so we had to see a little show by him. Cool. And all we have to do now is see ya.